Hi, I'm Birdie Nickens, your self awareness, family, and community channel. Thank you for joining me today. And I want to tell you about people needing people with a little cream on the top, which is that we also depend on a higher power because even though we need each other, what we do and how we do it depends on how the creator arranges things. You know, most people who know God and know of a divinity or have a reverence for uh, a deity, they know that, and I'm thinking about Christian people more or less, but in America we refer to anyone who loves the creator or the ancestors as Christians. That's how we communicate here. So I will probably be using the term Christian, okay? For lack of a cohesiveness in religion and unity, okay, with the whole regions of America and other countries as well. But basically, I wanted to bring awareness to the fact that people need people. And although we need people, there are times when we must have our long meditative time. Why? So we can examine ourselves and hear from the ancestors, hear from the Creator, you know, what is in the or in the little crystal ball, or you know what I'm saying, what's out here, what everything looks like, because now you were dealing with a pandemic where there are people who are fearful. They may be fearful that um you may visit them, and you may not be uh, fully the way that they think you should be. Signs and symbols. Read between the lines. I'm trying to be respectful of our times, okay? Because there's different peoples with different philosophies, different ideals, ideologies, and thoughts on what is going on, okay? And we have to respect that because we're still talking about people and our communication with each other and how we deal with one another. Okay. So during these times, things are somewhat different. It was before this pandemic situation occurred that people felt free. They could go swimming, they would go fishing, they could go anywhere they want to go, and felt um, that they were free, and there was nothing to be fearful of, you know. So now you may call somebody. Some people may answer, some may not. And things are very, very different. You leave messages, and they're so busy trying to figure out how to deal with this situation. It's not necessarily they don't care for you and everything. You may feel that way because I know a lot of us will. Any one of us, we can, somebody can call us and we can ignore them to kingdom come and feel like everything is okay. Well, I'll get to them when I get to them, or I got these things over here that I'm dealing with. And then but we can call some and we'll be like, okay, what in the world is going on? Don't they know that I want to hear from them? Don't they know that I care about them? And there may be some things that they're dealing with way deeper than you ever dreamed, because you're thinking, well, everybody should be better off than you are, but it's not necessarily so. So then we have to try to remember to pray for them. But like it can be kind of tough to pray for people who seem to ignore you, right? It's kind of tough to understand that they are suffering, that they are hurting, that they're not used to these times that we're in. Nobody is. I mean, hardly anybody. I won't say nobody because I learned to be careful about using words like everybody or everyone or all the people. You know what I'm saying. So, in this world, during a time of crisis, when seems to be hardly anything stable, there's another important thing, and that is to sometimes when we are planning or wanting to do something, we can be protect ourselves by saying, if the Lord's will. Because sometimes you have good intentions and you're intending to do this or that, and so you sometimes won't be able to do exactly what you plan to do or set out to do or want to do. You know what I'm saying? So when that happens, then you have to. I'm sorry, my light is acting up. It lit up lighter. It brightened lighter. Maybe when it went out and came back on. But we won't worry about that. It's just so that's what I was just telling you about. The Lord's will. I shall finish this video here. That's been why we just sometimes we hardly know what's going to happen, and I'm thinking I better off with it out since it's made things too bright, and I don't want to stop here in the middle of this to try to correct this. I don't know what made it get so bright and everything, but anyway, uh, it is really bright. It's in my eye and everything, and I'm in some healing stages and stuff, but that's okay. It seems like some spirit always don't want me to look as lovely as I can look. Alrighty, back to uh the people and dealing with ourselves and dealing with them. Being self-aware, aware of self. We have to kind of know that inside we can feel certain things and think certain things. And if we're not aware that our consciousness, behavior, or awareness is, borderline between being sad, depressed, or trying to figure out something, then the other people that we have to deal with may get some of the energy that we do not intend to give to them. You understand? And I've got to put my glasses on. I didn't need it before that brightness came, but now with that brightness, I got to put it on to see, what I wrote here. Just some thoughts that I wanted to add to being aware of our relationship with people. Okay. Um, some people are fearful. They're fearful that you might visit them and stay too long. And we do that sometimes. Sometimes that happens. We don't mean to. We just think we're being helpful, enjoying ourselves, or fellowshipping with folks we love. Okay. And so, in cases of such, nothing is better than a communication. A lot of times, whoever we're talking to or dealing with, whether it's a loved one or in a relationship or family, we don't always communicate properly. And if we're not communicating properly, then uh, uh, then everything is left up to imagination other than having the creator to direct our thoughts, to direct us to what is going on around us now. And that's where good meditation, prayer, and fasting time comes in, because during those times of alone, not really alone, but when you are drawn off to fast, meditate, and of a sort, then you will be in touch with the whole universe. So so all these things that are kind of coming together, going on, there's only one big air, one big breath, which everybody is breathing and going about. So you will pick up on some things, you know what I'm saying? You will pick up on what's really going on, because your intentions is good, and you want good things to be happening. Okay, so when I say that people are fearful, they sometimes do not become the masters of their own territory or whatever. If you have a place of your own, your home or whatever, you are the administrator. You are the one who says what. And it's like any business. If you make any arrangements or whatever, a lot of times we just don't think about it. We should have the ground rules. I need you to stay a day, or I will need you for a couple of days. If you're visiting or whatever, because visitors can stay too long. Let's just get real. They can, and most of us don't want unless it's just somebody that we really, really, really feel fully attached to. We would, that we can't really get enough. You know what I'm saying? And during these times here, we are sort of getting where we can't get enough of family. You know what I'm saying? Because during such times as these, where you have these pandemics, it used to be people didn't want to have anything to do. But like I say, we got two groups of people. You got those that don't want anything to do with you. You know what I'm saying, that because of whatever reasons, and you then, but now with this going on, and they don't have as many places to go and as much excitement as we had before the pandemic. Now folks is really loving folks. You understand? I see mothers and daughters just loving on each other, and sons and fathers, just can't get enough of each other. And I love it. I love that. So sometimes when these things happen, they're not necessarily the worst of things that could happen to us. You know what I'm saying? Because when something happens that draws families together and bring them together, that's kind of nice, I think. But as I was saying about us needing people, if we making a commitment with a person, or people, or whatever, we say if the Lord's will, because we really do not have, the 100% control of our life like we think we do. Oh yes, we're little gods. Yes, it's in the Bible there that we are. And so that does not mean that we are the almighty God. I always say this and tell people that yes, we may be little gods, but we're not the God, the almighty God. We're just chip off the old block, you understand? And so when we're talking about people needing people, we also come to the idea of time, how we divide our time, how we use our time, because like trying to survive, and some of us are still in the workforce, and to supplement our income, because we might have a little income, but it may not be covering a broad range of our expenses and stuff. You understand. Uh, So now also in some of the workplaces, they are there's limited people working. So people may work a little bit harder or take on a little bit more responsibility. This puts stress and strains on relationships of dealing with, the family, dealing with activities, because a lot of us never really plan activities with our family like we should anyway, because we just tired from work. We come home like, oh, let's get some rest, maybe drink a little sip of a little wine or whatever we do, or watch a good movie, or get some of my paperwork done, or get this house cleaned up, so in these times, like such as the pandemic time, like now, we have to kind of really get that long time. We have to really get that meditation time, but not too much like me. I think sometimes maybe I have a little bit too much meditation time, and I enjoy it though very much most of the time. But there are times when I think any one of us will feel uh, just a little bit overwhelmed, and so we have to find something to do in that time, And what I have been doing in my little time, which I just do this, it doesn't matter whether we are in the good times or the bad times. What I try to do is think of the things that I wanted to do, some things that I wanted to do and things maybe that I've never really gotten around to doing, Um, it could be something such as maybe cleaning out a closet. Takes me forever to clean a closet. So, I'm thinking on such things as this. It's good to do a little bit here and a little bit there so we can try to keep that thing, keep it where we can handle it, because if we um, if we have something to do and we let it pile up, it's even like me catching up on my math, because like I told everyone when I was going to college, I did 3 jobs and a couple was part time, but one could probably be pretty much full time. And so sometimes I was a little late for my intermediate algebra class. So I don't know how I got out of there with my little B or C. Now this is an undergraduate. In graduate school, they don't allow all this foolishness. You gotta get in there and get those A's and B's. They may let you have a couple of C's, but after that, they will kick you out just like that. Okay, so you can't do that in graduate school. When you're working on masters and doctorates, they expect you to handle your business. They don't care if the chicken's head got wrung off, and you was out of your mind seeing something like that, or they don't care if you was in a blaze in the fire running out with your without your undies on. They don't care about that, those instructors, you know what I'm saying? Because they're there to do a job, and whatever it is, we want to think that they're there to help us, advance in knowledge so that we will be productive citizens and help, in the arena of work, in the arena of developing what people need to be more comfortable, to have a better community and whatever, But so, with that said, I guess I better recap because there's a lot of little stuff that I'm saying here. I've said that during such times as a pandemic, you have fear, and people who may avoid you, or or may be bombarded with how to deal with life at this level. Because some people so scared that they're gonna catch something. They love God with all their heart, but it's still they still are experiencing human or fleshly qualities as we all are. Okay, and so I'm back to what I said was that also during this pandemic time that people may be busy and busy trying to figure out how to live this new world system, new world order, somebody may call it, how to deal with all this stuff, you understand? And so you may find yourself facing situations that are just very, I mean, it's like Alice in the Wizard of Oz no longer being in Kansas, So we're trying to deal with the situations with dealing with people at the same time. Then the greatest was, I told you, is that during such times, many people are drawn together closer than they've ever been. They are learning to appreciate this time because a lot of people have extra time now because some of them are not going to work, some are being put off from work, and that's probably not the best part of this time because when there's no one doing things, getting things done, we're running into the shortage. Remember when we had the tissue shortage and all of this, and I'm sure there were other things that people wanted because sometimes now you'll go there and you'll be like, there's none. Like there's been a product, Dax hair product that I had been trying to get, and I was able to get one little box of it, and it's been no one in this town in Missouri, Springfield rather, has it. So you got to drive a long ways to get something, and that's another thing too. People are not excited about driving these long ways, but we do what we have to do, when we have to do it and all of that. So we will, travel and stuff. But the main thing is that in times like these, family can be a comfort. And if you make some commitments or whatever, and you're not able to do them, you say, if the Lord's will. I know you feel a little bit powerless when you say that because, being a God, like, well, I will, and I say that, you know what I mean? And it is my will, yes. But think about it. Like many times we've been going somewhere, not many times, but one time, two times in our life, and we get somewhere and there's an accident, and we just got 30 minutes to get there, okay? And there's an accident on the highway. Everybody's going not 1 mile an hour, they're going a second an hour, it seems. So you look at your time and you say, I still got 30 more miles to go. And I only had 30 minutes in the first place. And now it seems that I've got 10 minutes to get 30 miles. And you don't try to get 10 miles and drive 200 miles an hour, stuff like that. I'm still challenging with my math. So I didn't figure out just how fast you'd have to drive to go 10 miles, go 30 miles in 10 minutes. But I know you'll have to go 3 times as fast as you had thought you would. Little parts of math kicks in, but the deep part of it, I know I laugh like Phyllis Dillis, don't I? I don't intend to, but maybe she had an influence on me when we were coming up. She was a, comedian, kind of funny, a little, but not funny as Lucy. Oh, that's my girl, Lucy. Lucy, I love her forever, ever, ever, ever. Lucy had me cracking up. Oh, I'm off for surgery on her. Well, I'm gonna make you laugh before my videos are over with. We might have to talk about the tough stuff and business stuff first, but somewhere we're going to laugh because that's what I do. Hey, it has been a pleasure talking to you and visiting with you as always. And like I said, now is a time, I'm going to end with this, get ready to close. It's a time for us to reflect, make the best of our time. sitting around worrying about was the sky falling, if the world is coming to an end. That doesn't benefit us. You know that. So why can't we think about some good things, like the little song says? Things that make you where you don't feel so bad, and it's not tough. I mean, it's not easy right now. It is a little tough to think about things that make you feel better. Things that that makes you not feel so bad. Think about how you remember the good times and how you want good times now, and you may create some brand new, exciting, wonderful things during a time like this. And it's not impossible if the Lord's will. Okay, so with that, I'm gonna go, because you know how it is. We can go on and on and on, and in me, I know how to jump these subjects. You'd be like, okay, she would be okay if she would just finish a sentence and stay on the subject. I love you. Goodbye. Have a great day. Okay. Thank you for joining me. Give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get better, okay? Bye bye. Have a great day.